BassResinator here. I had some turquoise, not many, and not enough to do what I want to do, so I just got a new shipment of 1 pound of turquoise. I have this wonderful turtle mold, sea turtle, and let me just show you all the stuff I'm going to be using. Pigmently Greek turquoise pearl, which really blends nicely with these stones. I already have the eyes set in place, and you can see the little lines on them. That shows so that the slits on the iris will be up and down like a reptile, which is what this is. And I have already dusted his head, or some of his head, the top of his head and down around his chin area, with this Greek turquoise. And I thought, I probably ought to show you the rest of what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to dust. Let me zoom out just a touch. So you can see a little better what I'm going to do. Or a little more of what I'm doing. So, that was almost a catastrophe. So what I'm going to be doing, I don't know if you can see, there is a little ridge around the shell that I'm going to be dusting, and I'm going to dust the flippers with this color, and then on the shell itself is where I'm going to put the stones. So he's going to be a very, very colorful turquoise turtle. So let's start with the flippers, the hind flippers. Now this pigmently colorant is really, really pretty. And I want to leave the resin clear so that you can see all the way through, so you can see the stones from the top as well as from the back or the bottom. I have done this before, but it's been a while since I've done my stony turtles, and my wife says, those are always so pretty, why don't you make some more? So I'm making some more. I live in an area where I'm about 75 miles from the Gulf Coast. The Gulf of America, now, it used to be Gulf of Mexico, but our president has changed the name. I don't have a problem with that. I think since this is the North American continent, I think that makes more sense to call it instead of just by one country. Anyway, down on the beach, we're real close to what is called South Padre Island, and they have a big turtle rescue and, for lack of better word, turtle, I almost call it a turtle birthing center, because they assist the turtles that are hatching, the little baby turtles, to get to the water, because there's all kinds of predators. The seagulls come down and start snatching up baby turtles, hatchlings, before they can make it to the water. And so you get tons of people out there protecting them, helping the little turtles have a better chance of getting to the water. So it makes sense that I do turtles that look like the ones that hatch down here and try and make it to the water. And then when I can do them with these really pretty stones, it adds a bit of it's something not very many people are doing, if any. I haven't seen anybody else do this, but that doesn't mean I'm doing something that nobody's done, or it might be something that nobody has done. I don't know. But if nobody else has done it and they start seeing my stuff, maybe people will start. But I have done lots of different types of stones. I've done turquoise, I've done amethyst, I've done citrine, I've done rosy quartz, obsidian or onyx, black, it's a black stone, tiger eye. Yeah, lots of different ones. And I've even done abalone shell, which is really pretty. All of them are, but I don't know. There's just something about mother of pearl. That's what the abalone shell is a lot of times called by jewelry people that make the jewelry. It's got real mother of pearl. Well, what is that? It's an abalone shell. And there's lots of different varieties of abalone. There's red. There's a super white. And there's a one that almost looks like opal. And then there's one from New Zealand that's a purple. Oh man, it's called a pua. Man, that is really a vivid color. But yeah. Now, can I get up underneath this lip area? I'm sorry if you can't see it. I'm trying to see myself. See myself? Oh, you see the ocean. Oh, I'm being very stupid now with my jokes. Some people call them dad jokes. Well, I'm more than just a dad now. I'm a grandpa, so a granddad joke, I guess. I come by it naturally. My dad was a big jokester. You know, I'm going to put some in his tail, too. He's got a little nubbin of a tail. I'll go around with a baby wipe in just a bit to clean up any areas where I may have gone awry or gone a wheat. Oh yeah, having way too much fun with the puns. Puns are, I heard somebody say one time, puns are the original form of humor. And they're liked, well, I say liked, they are appreciated by most people because no one, well, unless some are being really mean, you can be, I guess, but you're just playing with words, so you're not attacking anybody, you know, their skin color, nationality, or anything else. You're just making fun with words. So you don't have to worry about people's feelings necessarily. Whereas some type of humor, off the charts, mean and rude and crude and socially unacceptable. Now I'm going to have to blow some of this. I'm thinking I need to go all the way up on the edge here. You probably can't hear it, but my wife's got some music playing in the other room, and I'm really tempted to just start singing along. So if you hear me start singing a song, that's probably because something's playing out there. Oh, I just heard her. She's playing it on the Alexa thing, and she said level 3, so it was too loud. So it was fine for me because I could hear it. Man, there's been stuff in the wind blowing in, this cold wind that we've had here in South Texas. Okay, I went all the way around there. In his head. Oh, this back area. You'll appreciate, I hope you do, when I pull it out of the mold. Oh man, that's when you start seeing the colors that I've just put down. Now I'm going to back it with clear. I'm not going to use any other color, because if I use any other color, it's going to take away from the beauty of the abalone. I mean the abalone, the turquoise. Okay, getting out this big wipe, which is soft like a baby wipe, but it's a multi-purpose cleaner. You got to get rid of the loose stuff, because that anything that's loose is going to start floating around in the resin and possibly take away from the prettiness of the stones. And I'm touching the edges, so I'm going to have to go around. I can tell up here on the sides. I just want the shell area, what we call the shell, to be free from the powder, or the mica powder stuff that I'm putting in here. Just to touch up those areas that, without letting any get down inside the shell. I could tell I was bumping it. I could feel it. Ooh, that's too much. It didn't affect the flippers at all. It's just this rim area. Okay, nice and neat. Put the stuff over the top. Then one little wiper on the top. Keep this mold as clean as possible. Okay, that is, eyes are still in place. Yes, I used UV resin to stick them in place. Now, I got to mix up some resin to start putting in here. And I'm going to be using T-Expert Glossy That's what it's called. It's not that it's... Anyway, don't worry about that. I'm going to be mixing up some of that right now, and I'll come back to you when I start putting in the stones. Okay, I mixed up the resin and put it in the vacuum chamber. No bubbles. Now, just to let you know, what I did in the past when I would make these is I would get the stones and I'd put them all in there, and then I would UV them in place. I don't want to do that because some of the time I would get air pockets that I did not see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour resin in and then put the stones in place and then pour more resin in, and if any of the stones move, then I'll move them back with a tool. Hopefully to prevent those bubbles from happening on the back. So I'm going to use a well-used stick. Those colors are not coming off. Those were mixed in, and there's... Anyway, that's not going anywhere. But I learned this trick from Julie Cutts, who is the one who developed this mold. So I'll give her the credit for learning this too. If I just pour resin straight in there, it's going to have too much of a distance, and when it hits, it's going to cause more bubbles. So if I put this in here, it will deflect the resin from going too far, and it'll roll on in and prevent... You too can prevent forest fires. No, you too can prevent bubbles by doing this. So if you learn a little trick, it's one of the things I learned about resin art. If somebody does something and it works, a lot of people jump on board and copy that same technique. Now, I don't know if things are copyrighted. I'm just giving credit where credit's due. But it's sort of like, I was a music teacher. I am retired now. But one thing you will learn about choir directors, we learn to steal. Not trying to take that in a negative way, but if we see some technique that somebody else is doing and it works, and we think we can get it to work with our choir, oh, this is great, then I'll steal it. And I've had people steal my stuff, my ideas too. It's fine. As long as we can get our kids to sing better, that's the ultimate goal of choir directors. Well, all the choir directors that I know. Now, there may be some that are in it for... Let's see if I can do this without dropping them too far. If I drop it, it's going to start causing bubbles too. And I'm just going to let them go where they go right now. And then I will be able to position them in a bit. Well, there's this little one right here is flat. I cannot pick him up. There we go. There. That's all I had, and so that was not enough. I knew I needed more. There's one floating. It reminds me of Monty Python in Search of the Holy Grail. What floats? Itty bitty rocks. Such a ludicrous movie. Now, it would be real easy to just dump these all in there and fill up the shell, but man, that's a waste of these gems. And I want each one to have its place and be important. So I'm not going to just fill it up. I am going to fill the back so that you'll be able to see the stones and appreciate them. And one is still floating. There, maybe I'll get it to sink by throwing another one on top of it. There it went. Itty bitty rocks. She's a witch. How do you know she's a witch? If you haven't seen that movie and you appreciate what I call rather stupid humor, then you probably need to get that on your to-do list to watch. Oh my goodness. It's just a flesh wound. And all of my UK friends are going, ah, he knows about Monty Python. What's the world coming to? I also know about Benny Hill. Okay. Now, to reposition these, and I see there are a couple bubbles that have come to life. Now what I try to do is get the little ones up, because these bigger ones are going to try and slide because of their weight. Get the bigger ones down below and the little ones up on the side. Get up there, get up.
On the waves of turquoise blue glides a turtle strong and true. In the sun it catches light, resin art of ocean's bite. By the shore in Rio Grande's grace, crafted by the hands that pace, BassResinator's wondrous skill shapes the sea and bends its will. Oh, the turtle knows the tide, in the resin it will lie, swimming onward pure and free, masterpiece of turtle sea. From the valley's winding trails to the cliffs and seaborne whales, colors merge in magic blend, nature's call that we defend. In the current it will flow, where the wildest breezes blow, carved for dreams and artist's heart, living art plays its part. Through the storms and gentle rains, where the sea turtle remains, BassResinator's craft holds tight in the turquoise evening light. Of turquoise blue glides a turtle strong and true. In the sun it catches light, resin art of ocean's might. By the shore in Rio Grande's grace, crafted by the hands that pace, BassResinator's wondrous skill shapes the sea and bends its will. Oh, the turtle knows the tide, in the resin it will bide, swimming onward pure and free, masterpiece of turtle sea. From the valley's winding trails to the cliffs and seaborne whales, colors merge in magic blend, nature's call that we defend. In the current it will flow, where the wildest breezes blow, carved from dreams and living art plays its part. Storms and gentle rains, where the sea turtle remains, BassResinator's craft holds tight in the turquoise evening light. From the valley's winding trails to the cliffs and seaborne whales, colors merge in magic blend, nature's call that we defend. In the current it will flow, where the wildest breezes blow, carved from dreams and artist's heart, living art plays its part. Through the storms and gentle rains, where the sea turtle remains, BassResinator's craft holds tight in the turquoise evening light.
I am going to pour the rest of the resin in here. And hopefully not move any of those stones. Now if there's any loose resin, that's wrong. If there's any loose mica powder from these fins, it's going to float out over the top and cause a very cool looking pattern on the top. It'll still be clear enough, but I speak from experience. Just wipe that stick down. It's ready to go. Now the reason I stopped is because I need to make sure, before I go too far, that I don't have any bubbles under the chin. Bubbles under the chin are no good. It's sort of like when you get old and you start getting those little, what we used to call wattles. That's what my dad called them. Wattles are the things on roosters and turkeys and such. You don't want those. And in his tail, come on out. You just got to work. There's that bubble. Otherwise, what you end up having to do is fill it in with UV resin after it's all dried or all cured. So you just work it. Okay, I think I got it. If I have a bubble underneath there, it's not the end of the world, even though most resin artists would go, oh, it's the end of the world. Okay, since I have gotten resin up into the flipper now, I'm going to go ahead and start pouring in here so it doesn't have very far to go, so I don't have to use that stick anymore. I shouldn't be introducing any more bubbles. Let me introduce you to a bubble.
Hello, Bubble. My name is Tim,
Otherwise known as the BassResinator. And Bubble, you are not wanted here. So please leave. Make my life much better. Much less work later on. Now, what I'm going to try and do is get this domed up a little bit. Not to where it's pouring over the edge of the mold, but as the resin cures, it shrinks and it will go down. And where the resin is touching around on the edge of the mold, it will cause a sharp edge that you're going to have to file off. Now I do see a couple pieces of mica that got loose and started floating. But for the most part, this is really nice and clear. And that's what we're aiming for. Checking one last time to see if there's any bubbles down on the rocks. I think I see one. Bubble on the rocks. Ain't no big surprise. Da-da-da-da. And it was. Now I get him to come up and I'll pop him. Da-da-da. I really liked Neil Diamond. Such a shame that he can't perform anymore because of, you get older and body says no. But he was in that movie Jazz Singer. It was actually a redo of an Al Jolson movie, one of those black and white ones. But I can't tell if that's a bubble or if that's that was a bubble. Or if it was mica. Doing the last inspection, I don't see any more bubbles down amongst the rocks. And it is very, very pretty from this side. Wait till I unmold it. Wait till I unmold it. Wow. Miss Julie, if you are watching, thank you for this wonderful mold. She didn't give it to me. I bought it, but she designed it. And I have used it many, many times with very much success. And I really appreciate it. So, if you know Julie, let her know. I gave her a shout out. There's another bubble coming up right there. Okay, now it's just time to wait. We'll see you for the unmolding. Well, this is all cured up, and there were a little bit of that mica pulled in on top. And there was a bubble that came up from one of the stones late, and so we may be able to see it once I get it unmolded, but it's a little tiny one. Well, we'll see. Oh, I didn't get all of the bubble. There was one little bit of bubble in his tail. But like I said, it's a real easy fix with a drop of UV resin. Take care of that for you so you can see how easily it is done. Flipper is still a little bendy. But no bubbles on the chin. Yay. Okay. Well, the bottom looks spectacular. And the top looks spectacular as well. And look at that eye. Matches it. That eye floated a little bit. Goodness. Well, we'll look at him from this side. Good grief. Had him UV'd in there and everything. Oh, you could say he's blinking. But still, beautiful stones. And I didn't get any of those air pockets like I did when I did this with UV resin before. Okay, said I was going to show you how to fix this tail with a little drop of UV resin. Come on. Actually put just a touch too much, so I will spread it out a little. There we are. Ah, kind of bums me out about that eye. Bummer. I could go carving into the side of it with a Dremel and try and pull it out, but I think that would end up causing more damage. I think I will just leave it as it is and just tell people that he's blinking. Sell him for a reduced price or something. By the way, if you are interested in any of the things that I make, let me know. I don't make scads of like, I'm probably not going to do any more turquoise turtles for a while. See, that's completely cured now. I wonder if I can see. No, I can't see that little bubble. The only way I see it is from right up here on the top. But because I decorated the sides, you can't see that. So you just have to take my word for it. There's a little tiny bubble there. That eye's perfect. That's really odd. But he's very pretty. Okay, subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming here and hanging out with me. Look at that, those with the different shades of turquoise. That one almost has a gray on it. But natural stones. If you are not a subscriber, subscribe. It's free. And then if you do subscribe, push the little bell icon down there, and anytime I do something new, you will be notified. So yeah, stick around for some glamour shots. I'll take some of this guy. I probably won't take it of the bad side. You've seen it here. You know it's there. If somebody buys this, I'll just say, set it on your shelf this way, you know, or like that. And just don't tell them about that eye and nobody will know. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for coming by and watching this, and we'll see you for the next
Like a
one.
turtle strong and true. In the sun it catches light. Resin art of ocean's bite. By the shore in Rio Grande's grace, crafted by the hands that pace. BassResinator's wondrous skill shapes the sea and bends its will. Oh, the turtle knows the tide. In the resin it will lie, swimming onward pure and free. Masterpiece of turtle sea. From the valley's winding trails to the cliffs and seaborne whales, colors merge in magic blend. Nature's call that we defend. In the current it will flow, where the wildest breezes blow. Carved for dreams and artist's heart, living art plays its part.